The Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we just reached a new annual high, touching about that $38,000 mark with 40,000 now in play. And did you know it was exactly 2 years ago on this day, Bitcoin hit that epic all-time high of $69,000 in only a matter of time before it returns. Also, breaking news just in, BlackRock iShares Ethereum Trust is officially registered in Delaware, which sent the Ethereum price skyrocketing above $2,000. Here's quoting Max Kaiser in regards to this news. An Ethereum ETF will create an interesting arbitrage between proof of work, Bitcoin, and proof of stake, ETH. Properly managed ETH ETF short positions will perpetually generate profits to roll into the Bitcoin ETF. He also says, use derivatives to naked short sell ETH ETF to zero and use the proceeds to buy Bitcoin. He also points out it's an open secret that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are crooks. They hate Bitcoin because it makes them look stupid on top of being crooked. Preach. Also in today's show, ARK Invest in 21 shares partners to launch their own digital asset ETF suite. And speaking of ETFs, the SEC's first window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs officially begins today. That's right, the clock is ticking. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin ETF launch could be delayed by more than a month after the official SEC approval. Also, Michael Saylor's Microstrategy is now up $1.27 billion in their Bitcoin stack. Let's freaking go. And speaking of Michael Saylor, we're going to be discussing why he believes BlackRock is buying so much Bitcoin right now, as well as him expecting the Bitcoin demand to double after the Bitcoin halving and spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. I'm also going to be sharing with you why he believes you need to own at least 0.1 Bitcoin, as well as his latest 2024 Bitcoin price prediction. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome to the entire crypto fam. Shout out to Dustin. I appreciate that, fam. When Lambo, when Rari, sooner than you think. I appreciate the super chat. What up, Bango? What it do? How many of you were on my 12-hour midnight price watch stream? Let me know. That was lit. I was up till 2 a.m. I came back this morning. We were still pumping. We basically touched, it was like $37,999 during the stream. And then Ethereum got the news with BlackRock launching their ETF, and then basically ETH took some of the Bitcoin dominance, and the ETH dominance jumped from like 16.6, which is the lowest I've seen it in years, to now back above 17, and the Ethereum price is back above 2,000. What up, Tobias? I see Brooklyn in the building. BK to the bridge. You know what it do. Yes, let's go. Appreciate you, fam. Crypto's having a hell of a performance, I say the least. What up, Lazarus? What up, Bring Facts? How many of you were on that live stream last night? Wasn't that lit? We had like 10,000 views. It was popping, to say the least. What up, Fender Dude? Appreciate you tuning in. Andy Surfer, that's right. Errol McIntosh. Bottles of champagne being popped in the live chat. I love that. Let's go. Yeah, Bitcoin's doing phenomenal. I don't know if we will reach the all-time high before the end of the year, says Joseph, but it is more likely than ever in years. Finally, the bear market is fading away. What's up with the mic? Says Zero. Are you having any issues with the sound? Let me know. What up, Dustin? Again, I appreciate that super chat. I had a little investment of $1,200, so I sold all at $37.5. Oh, no way. Don't sleep on Bitcoin. Guy Smokey, what it do? I knew it was going to go down. Right on. Chris Minka in the building. What up? Will says missed the live. We had network issues in Australia. All good. The replay is up, so you guys can watch it at any time. 1NT21 million says I was there. Appreciate the support. Sound is good. Good to hear. The stream is good. Before we kick into high gear, it's always good to get an audio check, visual check, make sure we're good to go. What up, War Player? What up, Robbie Kaiser? Shout out to Digital Dankness. Shout out to our moderators, Bitcoin Maximus, Stream Labs, OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg. What it do? Good to see the fam. It sounds a little muddled. Normally, it's more clear. Well, sounds like you're using an internal mic. Sounds oh, I didn't have the mic turned on. Holy moly. I had my mic muted. That's hilarious. I'm shocked you could even hear me at all. Now it should be good. Should I do the intro again? I'll start from the beginning because I had my mic all the way down. So thanks for the heads up. Appreciate you guys. You just saved the show. For Christ's sake, I had my mic muted. Best crypto content on YouTube, hands down. Word up. So was it picking up an external mic? That's odd. I didn't know we even had any external mics on. But now we got the real mic, so let me know how the sound is. Audio sounds different, but it's perfectly fine. Right on. Better. Thank you, Passive. That's hilarious, isn't it? You can tell I'm a newbie here. So what I'm going to do to make up for the intro of the show, because that kind of drives me crazy, because the podcast version is going to have good audio because it's only audio. So I'm going to redo the intro of the show, and then we'll kick it back into high gear. I appreciate that heads up in the first place, because like I said, I wouldn't have even known any of that happened. So welcome everyone to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'm going to be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as the Bitcoin price reached $38,000 and is pumping like a mofo. Did you know 2 years ago today, Bitcoin hit that $69,000 all-time high? Only a matter of time before we return to all-time high levels. Also breaking news, the BlackRock iShares Ethereum Trust is officially registered in Delaware. That's right, Max Kaiser responded to this news. An Ethereum ETF will create an interesting arbitrage between proof of work and proof of stake. Properly managed ETH ETF short positions will perpetually generate profits to roll into the Bitcoin ETF. He also points out that use derivatives to naked short sell ETH ETF to zero and use the proceeds to buy Bitcoin. He also shares that it's an open secret that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are both crooks. They hate Bitcoin because it makes them look stupid on top of being crooked. Also in today's show, ARK Invest and 21 Shares partner to launch their digital asset ETF suite. Also breaking news, the SEC's first window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs is officially beginning today. The clock is ticking. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin ETF launch could be delayed by more than a month after the official SEC approval. Now, Microstrategy is now up $1.27 billion in profit in their Bitcoin stash. Let's freaking go. And speaking of Michael Saylor, he shares why BlackRock is buying so much Bitcoin right now. And he also expects Bitcoin demand to double after the halving and spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. We're also going to be discussing why Saylor believes you need to own at least 0.1 Bitcoin, as well as his latest 2024 Bitcoin price prediction. All this, plus so much more in today's show. So there you have it. Was that much better for you, fam? I appreciate the live chat. You guys are amazing. What up, Lazarus? The house is mic'd. That's right. Audio is a little low now. Oh, it's lit now. Thank you. What a big difference, I would imagine. Yeah, Bitcoin has gone up on average of $63 a day since the November low. You got to love that. If you dollar cost average, it equals an amount once we since 69 until you would dump up to 35%. Says Chris Minka. Word up. Well, right now we're still pumping. We're 36,200. Bitcoin is still in the green for $500 a day. Earlier, we touched roughly 38,000. We were in the green $2,500. JV is my hero, says Robert Daniel. Thank you, fam. Much love, much respect. Without further ado, we do have a lot to cover, so let's just dive right in and kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. But first, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for an on-screen shout out. Again, it helps out tremendously and you'll receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And don't forget to smash the like as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Today's episode is podcast episode 1456. I start to lose track because we have so many damn episodes, but nonetheless, it's November 9th, 2023, and this is the best Bitcoin price action we have seen in the past 18 months, so definitely we should celebrate. Let's check it out here. We can see on Coin360, we got Bitcoin trading above 36,300, up 1.6% for the day. Ethereum has been breaking out on the back of the news of the BlackRock ETF for Ethereum. It's now up 6% and back above 2,000, which we haven't seen in a very long time. XRP is correcting after a pretty lavish pump over the past 48 hours. We got BNB in the red, Solana and Cardano breaking out and in the green. And as they say, when in doubt, zoom out. So let's take a look at the 30-day. You can see Bitcoin is up almost 32% in the past month. Not too shabby. It's leading on top of Ethereum, which is up 27%. We have Cardano up 42% and Solana up 99%. Good Lord. Virtually everything is just pumping in the green. Pretty epic month. Moonvember is not disappointing, just as October did not disappoint. Now check out the crypto market cap, the highest we have seen it in a minute. Currently sitting at 1.37 trillion with 91 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, up over 125%. Like, whoa. Bitcoin dominance is at 51%. 51.9%. It was up above 53% yesterday. Then we got that ETH news from BlackRock for the ETF, and now the ETH dominance is at 17.6%. I've seen it at a low this morning at 16.6%. So there you have it. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, Hobby token is up 16%, trading at $2.79, followed by Kaspa up 15%, trading at 8.5 cents, followed by Thorchain up almost 15%, trading at $3.82. And checking out crypto bubbles, we can see the top gainers for the day. Interestingly enough, it's FTT, which may be out of your line of sight, but interestingly enough, that's the native token of FTX. The scam coin, why is that leading the pack? That's a little alarming. And if we look at the top gainers for the past month, FTT is up 80%. Good Lord. Rune is up 126%. eHex is up 170%. Massive gainers in the market. Chainlink is doing its thing, up 91%. Solana's up 96%. Pepe, 87%. Virtually every single major crypto is in the green for the month, and substantially, many of which are, up 100% plus. You know what I mean? EGLD up 74%. Gotta love it. Respect the pump. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index shows we're currently rated 69 in greed. Yesterday was a 66, last week a 72, and last month a 50, which is neutral. So there you have it. How many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto? Please do let me know. What up, Sid Ortega? What it do, fam? Bitcoin's going bananas. You already know. Is it too soon in the bull to run for dog meme coins? What up, Stephen Farrell? Like, whoa, Black Rob reference. You already know. Rest in peace, Black Rob. It's not going to stop. 100,000 is within the year, says George. I hope you're right, fam. Leonardo says Gala coin. Passive income says wow. Cos, that's right. FTT token, F that token, amen. Because there is talk of FTX 2.0. And guess who is behind it? Gary Gensler is talking about the reboot. Now it makes me wonder, did Sam Bankman-Fried give a lot of these FTT tokens to maybe the insiders and regulators? Why are they wanting to pump this and resurrect FTX? Where's the logic, right? Maybe there's a lot of money involved. Maybe they hold these coins and they want to pump it back. Who knows? Worked call. I got to go. All good, Robert. Appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy. Solana is going to rally really high, says Jaws. I mean, it would be interesting if they did reboot it, but who would trust it? I don't know anyone who would trust that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole personally. But anyways, fam, now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Check this baby out. Bitcoin may have tapped 37 Gs for the first time in 18 months, but traders are getting suspicious of the Bitcoin price action. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now, after snap overnight gains, Bitcoin attempting to crush resistance on the way towards that 40,000 mark. Data from Cointelegraph and TradingView showed Bitcoin snatching 37,000 after initially breaking through the prior of the Wall Street Open. Now up for November, the largest crypto surprising some market participants with its strength, having already gained nearly 30% in October. Not too shabby. Now for on-chain monitoring resource material indicators, the problem lies in the trading volume. Upside has been brisk. It acknowledged in its latest post on X, but support in the form of strong volume is nowhere to be seen at these current levels. Quoting him here, support is anchored by the new plunge protection at 33,000. Meanwhile, resistance at 40,000 has moved up to the 40,000 range. Now the chart showed a print of Bitcoin's order book liquidity on the largest global exchange, Binance. Quoting them here, there's no denying the fact that the price has been challenging a number of different local top signals, but there is also no denying that something doesn't seem right about this move. The most obvious red flag for me is that we are seeing price appreciate on declining volume. That typically doesn't end well, but we are going to have to watch to see if this time is different. Now, popular trader Scoo, meanwhile, shared the following. Bear Whale, aka Gigantic Seller, has been selling into price for the past few days. They're dumping again here. 38 to 40,000 is probably where they get carried out of the market. Now let's discuss the open interest nearing 7-month highs. Elsewhere, financial commentator Ted Talks Crypto points to the increasing open interest, something which has formed the backbone of snap upside moves in recent weeks. Quoting them here, market heating up again, 15,000 Bitcoin open interest added in the past 10 hours. That's about 525 million US dollars worth. The vibes are slowly returning. You're damn right. Now, per data from CoinGlass, the total Bitcoin futures open interest stood at more than 17 billion, the highest value since mid-April. Quoting them here, during the bear, the market fades these open interest impulses, a predatory ranging environment. We'll know if full bull time when the market ignores this and trends higher on the higher open interest, something to watch, in my opinion. So there you have it. Now check this out. Exactly 2 years ago today, how many of you were in Bitcoin 2 years ago today, which would have been November 9th, 2021? Well, Bitcoin hit 69,000, which is the current high. A new all-time high is just a matter of time, especially as we enter 2024, year of the bull, fam, year of the halving, ETF. You know what I mean? We have supply shock in the exchanges, very minimal amount of Bitcoin available left as asset managers are rushing to buy the king crypto. You know what I mean? So a lot of excitement is happening in the market right now. What up, Bring Facts? Soap is being fumbled. Are you referring to SBF? I'm just drinking some Mountain Dew. They still got Mountain Dew? Maui Blast, what a blast of pineapple, says Steg Lash. Well, enjoy that soda. Missed last night's Quiet Storm. We watched it. We were here live. It was lit, to say the least. I love times like this. It's been 1.5 years since we've seen the price action this high, so it's exciting. You know what I mean? With SBF in jail, the new peeps in charge of FTX and regulators are watching for fraud. FTX could be the next safest exchange around. Yeah, whatever. I'm laser focused on drinking this beverage. We'll enjoy it while we're stacking them sats and watching the pump. You know what I mean? Exciting times ahead. Anyways, let's now dive into our next breaking story of the day. This is what propelled Ethereum above $2,000 and kind of stopped the Bitcoin pump as soon as the news broke on X. This is the latest. Here we go. BlackRock iShares Ethereum Trust is officially registered in Delaware. BlackRock has apparently registered an Ethereum Trust in the state of Delaware, which is possibly the first step towards an Ethereum ETF. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, registered an analogical Bitcoin trust in June, shortly before filing with the US SEC for the Bitcoin ETF. The entity had been registered by the state's Division of Corporations with a formation date of November 9th. The agent registered is Daniel Schwager at the address of BlackRock in Wilmington. Now, according to LinkedIn, Schwager is a BlackRock managing director in Delaware. And since then, ETH had risen 6%, and that's why the ETH price action is currently pumping so much, as you can see in your screen. Ethereum now up over 28% on the month, and on the daily, you can see it's still up 6.4%, trading above $2,000 and one of the top gainers currently. So how many of you are bullish on ETH? Do let me know. Love to read your comments right down below. But anyways, I'll be keeping you up to date with the latest. Now, Max Kaiser responded to this with an interesting tweet. I shared this, I quoted him, and he retweeted it. Here's what Max Kaiser said on the back of this news. An Ethereum ETF will create an interesting arbitrage between proof of work, which is Bitcoin, and proof of stake, which is Ethereum. Properly managed ETH ETF short positions will perpetually generate profits to roll into the Bitcoin ETF. And he also, in another tweet, shared, use derivatives to naked short sell ETH ETF to zero. Use the proceeds to buy Bitcoin. So there's the advice from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. And as you can see, I shared this breaking news 3 hours ago. And you can even see the official iShares Ethereum Trust filing, which I shared here. The name submitted by Daniel Schwager. It shows you BlackRock advisor. So this is an official filing, fam. This is very bullish. And for them to be, introducing an ETH ETF application means to tell me the Bitcoin ETF is already a lock. You know what I mean? Max also points out some good stuff here, which I call all the time. I agree with his sentiment here. It's an open secret that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are crooks. 100%. They hate Bitcoin because it makes them look stupid on top of being crooked. Preach. I don't think they're that ignorant and just don't get Bitcoin. They're just that smart and they prefer to mislead you. 100%. Facts. Max also shared appalling, misguided. Buffett and Munger have never created or invented anything. Their entire model is leeching off of the money printers and parasitically destroying the host economy they have infected. Bitcoin fixes this. Preach. And he responded to this news here. Bitcoin honors speculation, not producing anything valuable for mankind. Speculation for those who hodl firmly most coins, and banksters who will short sell to control the price after the ETF. Intro. So there you have it, fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the sentiment of the one and only Max Kaiser. I'm going to check the chat once again. Welcome, Lazarus. Welcome, William. What it do? Will Stopson FTX token is FU? Yeah, it is. ETH is just another ish coin. People forget it was created to destroy Bitcoin. Whoa. Some of the red flags surrounding ETH are pretty obvious. I mentioned here often in the show. First and foremost, it's not decentralized, so there's an attack vector. Clearly, there's ETHgate going on. I covered this a few episodes ago. And they say the fraud between the regulators and Ethereum is 1,000 times more and worse than the fraud between FTX. You know what I mean? And also, the max supply of Ethereum is the infinity sign. If you look on CoinMarketCap right now, check out the max supply, it'll say infinity. That's not a good look. Whereas Bitcoin is decentralized, it's incorruptible, there's no attack vector, and there is a finite limited supply. At least we know. Hence why Bitcoin is a store of value, it's perfect money, it's a hedge against inflation, it's a hedge against deflation, and just has all the attributes of gold, but 100 times more superior, you know what I mean? Bitcoin and SHIB is a winning combo, says Jay Bravo. What? The war player, what'd it do? Hey, better knock it off with the dog-ish coins. I'm starting to get top vibes, says Fax. Joseph, I wonder if there will be an ETF like the S&P 500, but for crypto at some point. That would be interesting. ETH 70% pre-minted, centralized, infinite supply. Amen, Andre. You called it. Yeah, I'd be concerned about the supply with ETH. It's a major concern. If they can just print it out of thin air, what makes Ethereum different than the US dollar? Or CBDC. They completely control it. It's manipulated. It's no longer a proof of work. It's now proof of stake. And they just have full reign over it. So just red flags, fam. All right, let's now dive into our next story of the day. We discussed the Ethereum ETF. Now let's discuss ARK 21 Shares ETF, which is Cathie Wood's company, which is the latest surrounding this. This is breaking news just in as well. Investment management firm ARK Invest, led by pro-Bitcoin investment vet Cathie Wood, collaborated with exchange traded product provider 21 Shares to launch a new suite of digital asset ETFs. The move aims to provide a robust set of options for investors looking to get digital assets into their trading portfolio. As they announced here on X, the countdown begins today. 21 Shares and ARK Invest announced the upcoming launch of ARK and 21 Shares digital asset ETF suite. The ETF suite uses crypto-specific insights alongside traditional indicators. And according to the 21 Shares website, the companies will utilize on-chain signals and their crypto-native experience to deliver long-term capital appreciation by investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum future contracts. And according to the prospectus released by the companies, 5 products are scheduled to start trading in the next week. Furthermore, these ETFs will also be listed on the CBOE. The company also underscored it will not offer investors a chance to invest directly in the spot Bitcoin. In a disclaimer, the company highlighted that investors seeking exposure to the price of Bitcoin should consider other forms of investments. Now, apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, one product called the ARK 21 Shares Blockchain and Digital Economy Innovation ETF is also designed to invest in public equities of companies within the blockchain industry. So there you go. According to 21 Shares, this provides investors with what it describes as a holistic exposure to the growth of blockchain tech. Meanwhile, Bloomberg analysts speculate that the United States SEC has a window to approve Bitcoin ETF filings. On November 8th, analysts James Seyfarth and Eric Valchunas wrote that there was a possibility that the SEC can approve all 12 filings if the agency decides to allow the concept. However, the analysts also stressed it was also a possibility that there was nothing concrete yet, which is going to lead us to our next story of the day, that window for the SEC to approve all 12 ETFs, which is still currently in play. We'll see how that plays out, fam. Let me know your thoughts. And let's check here. When do you feel that ETF will likely get the green light from the SEC? Let me know in that live chat. Also, there is a live poll in the live chat. Let me know when you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to smash 40,000. Your options are within 24 hours, within 48 hours, within a week, or before the end of Moonvember. Please do cast your vote. I appreciate that. What up, Devin Morris? Bitcoin wouldn't have a price change of the buyer lost some of it. Therefore, it's not really a burn. Robbie says Cathie is bullish on ETH. Yes, she is. She also believes that Ethereum will outpace Bitcoin this cycle. She's also not only an early Bitcoin investor, but also in Ethereum. Bitcoin has a burn mechanism. It's called forgetful people. That's right. It's like we all get a raise. It's built into the protocol. I wonder why none of the alts created a built-in limited supply. Gee, I wonder. Good question, Roy. Things that make you go, Welcome back, Squirrel Bait. What'd it do? Hope you had a strong power nap. No nap. I'm just going full force ahead. Respect the pump. Bitcoin doesn't sleep. Why should I? What up on Matrix? Welcome back. You were watching the midnight pump. Appreciate the support. So you're telling me that Bitcoin's finally tops 18-month highs and that at the exact time Ether ETF gets approved and pounds Bitcoin, really? It's interesting, right? I don't believe in coincidences either. Probably all plotted well in advance, I would imagine. You know what I mean? You let me know your thoughts, though. Do you guys agree with Unmatrix? Do let me know. And let's dive into our next story of the day. We still got a lot to cover. We covered the 21 shares ETF of ARK Invest, Cathie Wood. Now let's discuss this window of opportunity for the SEC to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs ASAP. Shall we? Because this would set the market on fire. Now, the US SEC could approve all 12 of the pending spot Bitcoin ETFs now within the next 8 days. So the clock is ticking. Bloomberg ETF analysts James Seyffart and Eric Balchunas wrote that starting from November 9th in the United States, the SEC has a window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filings, including Grayscale's conversion of its GBTC Trust product in the days leading up to November 17th, but stressed this was only a possibility, as James Seyffart announced here. New research note from me today. We still believe 90% chance by January 10th for spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. But if it comes earlier, we're entering a window where a wave of approval orders for all the current applications could occur. So is this what we're witnessing? Is this why the market is pumping? Do the insiders know this and they're trading accordingly? Let me know your thoughts. Also quoting him here, delay orders were issued by the SEC for BlackRock, Bitwise, VanEck, WisdomTree, Invesco, Fidelity, and Valkyrie at the same time. Now, if the agency wants to allow all 12 filers to launch, as we believe, this is the first available window since Grayscale's court victory was affirmed. Now, Grayscale is actually the largest hodler of Bitcoin in the world, currently holding over 600,000 BTC. So it's very likely they're going to get their GBTC product converted into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, the reason for this brief window, let's discuss it, is that when the SEC extended the deadline for a number of the pending spot Bitcoin ETF filings, it selected November 8th as the last day of the comment period, which was yesterday. Now, from November 17th, which is next week, the comment period for the 3 filings, which include Global X, Bitcoin Trust, the HashDex Bitcoin ETF, and Franklin Bitcoin ETF, would recommence. Now, meaning that they wouldn't be approved or denied until after November 23rd at the earliest, which is, again, less than 2 weeks out. Now, while the window for accepting all 12 filings ends November 17th, so mark that date in your calendar, Seyffart added that the SEC could technically make a decision on 9 of the 12 apps anytime before January 10th. Now you can see all the issuers here. You can see the dates, the deadlines. Also, interestingly enough, Gary Gensler of the SEC launched a video on X the other day as a precursor, pre-framing of a spot Bitcoin ETF. So one of the top analysts are expecting Bitcoin ETF approval this week. And while the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF is in no way guaranteed, both Seyffart and Balchunas, who are the top experts when it comes to ETFs, predict a 90% chance of an approval sometime before January 10th next year. Interestingly enough, that's also the deadline for the SEC to respond to ARK 21. Now let's discuss more deeply Grayscale in talks with the SEC over their GBTC conversion for the spot ETF. While market pundits eagerly await the SEC decision, crypto asset manager Grayscale had reportedly indicated discussions with the regulator concerning its application to convert its trust product GBTC into the spot ETF. And according to a November 9th report from CoinDesk, according to sources familiar with the matter, Grayscale has been in contact with both the SEC Division of Trading and Markets and the Division of Corporation Finance since winning its court battle with the regulator on August 29th. That's right, Gary and the SEC took a big fat L on that one. And as the perceived odds of a Bitcoin ETF approval have increased, so too has the optimism in the market, which reflects that right now with the price of Bitcoin gaining more than 30% in the last 3 months. Bitcoin, in fact, we're up over 30% in the last 30 days. Bitcoin's outside decent-sized rally has buoyed price activity in all the other major assets as well. And in the past month, Solana gained now over 100% amid scaling improvements, with Ripple, XRP, and Ether also growing respectively 36 and 20%. And with many within the industry confident that that approval will kickstart the next bull market, other analysts aren't convinced that the rally has staying power. But what are your thoughts, fam? Let me know in that live chat. I greatly appreciate everyone's feedback. Hodl King in the building says, good day, everyone. Pump it up. Pump it up. Roy, an ETH ETF was not approved. It was filed by BlackRock. That's right. Precisely. That's what's up. What up, Miles? I woke up to the derailment. Bummer. Yeah, thank Ethereum. The pump restarts between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Send it. If we break out above 38,000, if you want to see me do another midnight live stream pump watch, we'll do it. As long as we're in a high on the year, we'll make it happen. Well, fam, good opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. There you have it. You know what I mean? Great buying opportunity for you right now. There's a window of opportunity to stack some sats on the low. ETH is now deflationary. Supply is only going down, says Brandon. Well, if there's an infinite supply, you know what I mean? They don't tell you what the max supply is. So there's trickery going on. Litecoin, often referred to as the silver of Bitcoin's gold, also has a cap supply of 84 million coins. This could place Litecoin in the undervalued column at $70, says Jeff. What up, Robbie P? Just tuned in. I need to rewatch for the first half. All good, fam. Better late than never. How you doing today? Enjoying this pump? Exciting times. All right. Well, yeah, keep buying more Bitcoin. You guys know what to do. Let's continue with the news. We still got a lot to share, all ETF related, obviously. Let's discuss this next story, which is an ETF launch, which could be delayed more than a month after we get the official approval. So got to keep that in mind. Meaning, hypothetically, let's say ETFs get the green light approval this week or sometime this month. It doesn't necessarily mean that the product will launch at the same time. It may not be until the following month. So let me read this story for you. With the US SEC's first window opening up for the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF, analysts noted that even if the SEC approves the spot ETF, it'll be a month before the actual launch. Now, the expected delay in launch following the potential SEC approval would be due to the two-step process of launching the ETF. For an issuer to start a Bitcoin ETF, it must get the SEC approval from the Trading and Market Division on its 19B4 filing and the Corporate Finance Division on the S1 filing or prospectus. The main focus of the Corporate Finance Division includes fund operations detailing the risk disclosures. Now, to date, of the 12 Bitcoin ETF apps, 9 issuers have submitted revised prospectuses, showing they have communicated with corporate finance. Market analysts believe the Bitcoin ETF launch may get delayed if the SEC approves the 19B4 approvals before the prospectus stocks are signed off. Now, Bloomberg ETF analyst James Saylor notes that even if the 19B4 is approved, an S1 approval can take weeks or months between approval and launch. As he announces here, with what Scott said, there are 2 paths that need to be completed for an ETF to launch. Even if the 19B4 is approved, the S1s still need to sign off from the Division of Corporate Finance. No sign that's done yet. Possible and even likely there could be weeks or even months between the approval and the launch. So there you have it, coming directly from the ETF expert. Now, there is an 8-day window for the SEC, as I mentioned, starting on November 8th, ending November 17th, to basically greenlight the first spot Bitcoin ETF. And as shared here by James Saylor, new research note, we still believe 90% chance. So there you have it, 90% chance Bitcoin ETF approval by January 10th, but also the possibility we get that approval this month in November, as that's what the rumors are saying right now in the markets. Now, the spot Bitcoin ETF race has begun when the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, filed its application, which got this party started. Then we had Fidelity with $4.5 trillion in assets under management, as well as a few other asset managers also filing for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Most faced rejections or withdrew their applications. Now, I also like to point out, we have competition. We also have news coming out of Hong Kong. They're looking to launch an ETF product. That's good. Competition's a beautiful thing. That may light a fire under the SEC's butt to get this approved. We also have Dubai. There's talks of an ETF being approved over there in the Middle East. So again, Bitcoin game theory in full effect. We have a total addressable market north of $700 trillion, a lot of which may flow directly into the King crypto. So very exciting times. Do a midnight pump, says Texas Champ. I appreciate you tuning in on that midnight pump. Much respect. The pump was good, says Robbie. You're damn right. Respect the pumps. You know what I mean? Baller Bill, what it do? Love your new freestyle, says Will. It is epic. I heard it the other night. Love your content. Your bars are fire, Robbie. Bitcoin Maxi music. Much love, much respect. BlackRock filed the ETH ETF to dip the Bitcoin price so they can buy more. Probably right, Roy. You don't think BlackRock would like to buy sats on the low if they had the opportunity versus highs for the year? Wouldn't be surprised. Late to the party, but we'll get caught up, says Baller Bill. JV, look a little tired. Did you get much sleep? Nah, I didn't. Be keeping it real with you. I didn't get much sleep. I think I got 6 hours. I need 8 to 10 hours. End of November, we'll see a 40,000 pump. I hope you're right. I think 40,000 is inevitable this month. I feel it. It could happen sooner than most of us expect. All depends upon this news with the ETFs. So I'll be keeping you posted with how all of it plays out, of course. Now we're going to dip into our featured story of the day. Why is BlackRock buying so much Bitcoin right now? According to Michael Saylor. Also, the latest from the Giga Chad, his latest predictions and what's going on with Microstrategy and Michael Saylor. So let's break this down. First and foremost, as you can see here, Saylor's now up $1.27 billion in profit on Microstrategy's Bitcoin stack. Well done. Gotta love those laser eyes, right? Now, let's dive into the story here. Michael Saylor expects Bitcoin demand to double after the halving and spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. Send it and let's go. Here we go. Microstrategy Chairman Mr. Saylor discussed the future outlook for Bitcoin in a new interview with Fox Business on Monday. The pro-Bitcoin executive was asked about the factors that will drive up the Bitcoin price action. Let me zoom this out a bit so you can see more on the screen. Let me know if that helps. Saylor explained that the supply and demand for Bitcoin are in balance as of right now. However, he emphasized there are two events that will boost the price of the crypto. We have the halving in April of next year, roughly 5 months out, when the Bitcoin supply gets chopped in half, and the impending approvals of a spot Bitcoin ETF by the US SEC. He also stressed that following the halving and the launches of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, quoting him here, the demand has got to at least double, 2x fam. So the only thing that's going to adjust there is the price in order to get to market. Preach. Now what if we 3x, 4x, 5x? You can break down the math. The Microstrategy Chairman advised investors to watch for the halving and the approvals of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, noting that the next 12 months will be pretty auspicious for the asset class. Now, Michael Saylor believes that the price of Bitcoin will eventually reach a staggering $5 million per coin. Quoting him here, there are three things that are massive catalysts to cause an acceleration, the executive said during a discussion on X. Those three things don't take us to 500,000 per Bitcoin. They take us to $5 million per coin. Send it. Let's go. He proceeded to explain that the first is a spot ETF where someone can go ahead and buy 100 million in Bitcoin by an ETF security. The second is your bank will custody it for you and lend against it. And he also added, noting that the third is the ability for businesses to make their own Bitcoin investments up or down in their balance sheet on fair value. So there you have it. Now, I also transcribed the recent interview he did where he's actually, this is the full version of what we were just discussing, and I think it's noteworthy to share it with you. So I'm going to read it out loud. Here's why you need to own at least 0.1 Bitcoin. The more the merrier. Here, quoting the Giga Chad. I think there are only three things relevant right now, and here are those three things. Number one, the halving is coming with 100% certainty, fam. And as far as I can see, most of the selling of Bitcoin is in the market with Bitcoin miners that have to sell in order to pay their electricity bills and pay their debt, expenses, and operating expenses. So that amount of selling pressure is going to be cut in half in just a few months. So we know that's coming. Preach. And then we know there is a spot Bitcoin ETF coming. And when that comes, we plug into Wall Street and the entire banking system. And then finally, that fair value accounting is coming. And when that happens, the objective will go away. And now you're going to introduce this as a conversation into hundreds of boardrooms. This will not move in a week, they move quarterly, but over the course of 12 quarters, you'll start to see company after company looking at this, and you'll start to see a reallocation of assets. And at the end of the day, corporations only hold two assets. Number one, they hold cash and they hold bonds. And so if Bitcoin is available as an asset pari passu to a bond, then you'll see a reallocation from bonds and into Bitcoin. That's when things get exciting, fam. Continuing. And then in the institutional investor side, you've got all of these people holding real estate, holding commodities, holding gold, holding ETF and SP indexes and the like. And if they start to reallocate, and they will, 1%, and 2%, and 5%, then you're going to have something that has never happened in the history of the world, which is you've got an ETF on a commodity that is scarce. Preach. Every other ETF in the world is on an asset that is not scarce. It is inflationary. You can make more buildings, you can make more real estate, you can make more gold, you can make more commodities. You can make $4 billion worth of any of those things. The underlying producers produce more of the asset to deflate or to depreciate the price. That's how they control the markets, right? Now with Bitcoin, when $100 billion flows into the spot Bitcoin ETF, there won't be any ability for any producer to produce any more Bitcoin. That's right. We have that finite limited supply. And so you really can't compare it to the spot and ETF of gold, because gold is an inflationary asset and you can't compare it to an ETF on real estate or on bonds or on equity. You really have to say, this is the first time we have ever plugged Wall Street into an asset you cannot produce any more of. Facts. Now, and so nobody knows what will happen except that if you reason from first principles, you know it's got to actually perform better than all the other asset ETFs because the underlying fundamentals are just better. But let me lay out three possible ways to invest into Bitcoin. Number one, if you buy Bitcoin, the underlying asset. The second is if you buy the spot ETF. And the third is you buy MicroStrategy. Okay, we talked about the headaches of buying Bitcoin, the underlying asset. You have to do it on a crypto exchange and put in place parallel custody, compliance, compensation, control system. That's the challenge of that. The closest thing, the most compelling idea for a plain vanilla Bitcoin investment of an institutional investor is you buy the spot ETF. You're getting a 1-to-1 correlation. For $1 million you put in, you're getting $1 million worth of Bitcoin. What's the positive? It's marginal. It's good collateral. I can buy in a second, no money down, and I don't need to build parallel custody control compensation systems. So all of my problems are handled by Wall Street. What's the cost? It's 50 to 100 basis points a year. Pay attention. Okay, so if I charge you 1% per year over the course of 20 years or over the course of your lifetime, it means that I take 20% of the money you invested at 1%. Ouch. So there's a cost. 50 basis points means I get 10% of your money, approximately. But having said it all, I would pay you 50 to 100 basis points in order to be plugged into Wall Street, and it's not a problem. It's a lot better than the alternative, which is to rebuild all of their systems and then finance themselves. So MicroStrategy is not that. MicroStrategy you can think of as a levered long Bitcoin company that pays you yield. Now, how many of you are invested in MicroStrategy? Let me know, fam. Okay, so I'm not going to call it an ETF because we're not a financial company, but we have 4.4 billion plus of Bitcoin and 2 billion plus of debt. And now that figure is probably north of 5 billion, fam. So what we have done is we have levered the balance sheet with debt that costs us about 1.5% interest. So MicroStrategy takes advantage of its position as an operating company to do something that an ETF cannot do. An ETF can't issue junk bonds. An ETF can't issue convertible bonds. An ETF can't do like an ATM, like we can do, and an ETF can't buy Bitcoin with cash flows. So we have a lot of the flexibility as an operating company, and we don't charge that fee. So we have 4.5 billion of Bitcoin, but we don't charge $45 million per year. So the real idea here is, what if I created an investment vehicle that paid you a yield instead of charging you a fee? And what if I was able to borrow money at 1.5% interest? I borrowed $1 billion at 0% interest and bought Bitcoin with it. Where do we get these deals, fam? Anyone know? Let me know, please. I'll take $1 billion with 0% interest any day of the week. Just saying. Anyways, let me give you a theoretical. If you get a 2% yield instead of paying a 1% fee, it's a 60% difference over the lifetime of your asset. So if you have $1 billion invested and you're getting a 2% yield, you're actually picking up $20 million per year instead of paying $10 million per year. So the dynamic of the company is very important. So you can imagine that if I don't charge you a fee, and if I have cheap leverage, the stock and benefit accrues to the common stock shareholders because I went and I borrowed $2.2 billion at 1.5% interest, and I bought Bitcoin with it. So what's the logical theoretical yield of Bitcoin? Is it more than 1.5% per year? Well, let's say it was 15% a year. Then we're scraping 14% positive real yield off of the debt. And so that would be 14% of $1 billion or more, actually 14% of $2.2 billion. That would be $300 million a year that accrues to the benefit of the common stock shareholders. You see, this is the benefit of being an operating company. You can, and we can every quarter, choose what to do. So some quarters we would issue junk bonds. Other quarters we issue convertible bonds. Other quarters we would sell the equity. Other quarters we would just use our own cash. So the answer is there's always going to be a good market and there's always going to be a bad market. There's things you shouldn't do and there are things you should do. So MicroStrategy, to make a long story short, is a bit more complicated than a spot ETF, right? If you want something plain vanilla and simple, that it should basically correlate 1-to-1 with Bitcoin after you pay the fee, then you buy the spot ETF. If you wanted to actually try to outperform Bitcoin like MicroStrategy's outperform Bitcoin, our performance over the course of the 3 years is higher than Bitcoin's performance. So if you want to outperform Bitcoin or outperform the spot ETF, you would do that by accretive financings. Like, for example, if our stock trades at a 30% premium to the underlying assets and we sell $1 billion worth of equity, we actually capture $300 million of accretion of our shareholders. So there you have it, coming directly from the Giga Chad himself. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his $5 million Bitcoin price prediction. What up, Mike? Let's freaking go. Bitcoin's pumping again. That's what's up. 36,420. You already know. Happy 420 fam. Do I swap Link for Bitcoin? Have just a small position of Link? That's up to you. You got to make that choice on your own. You know what I mean? Do what you feel is in your own best interest. In 20 years, you won't let people know what you have. Facts. There's no advantage to giving people that information. There's disadvantages, that's for sure. Saylor's created his own paper Bitcoin that pays a quarterly dividend, says Digital Bobby, that you can't self-custody and take to across time and space. Bullish as what, says Trini. Allow so, JV, why the crypto crash today? Well, you got to consider how much we just pumped. Bitcoin is still up over $800 on the day. So I don't consider this a crash. It's like we started marching up. We marched up $2,500 in a 24-hour period, and now we're correcting some. I think that's healthy, so we can build back and retest that resistance and break through and hit 40,000. You know what I mean? I think 40,000 is going to come. What up, man? What up, Crypto Lucian? What it do? Stone Cold Steve Randall. Appreciate you, fam. No loose lips. Right on. Yeah, let the pump pump. Respect the pump. Devin says you don't want to swap Link. Get your returns with it first, then exchange it. Chris says we didn't crash. We flipped resistance to support. There you go. Well said. And I think we would have kept pumping, but the Ethereum news came out from BlackRock with the ETF, and then Ethereum took some of the market share away from Bitcoin, and Bitcoin corrected. That's the story for you. I started watching Crypto News Alerts back in February of 2021. Kudos to you, fam. I appreciate that support. We need to get to 60,000 subs, so if you're watching the channel and you're not subscribed already, smash that subscribe button. You'll get an on-screen shout-out and a live shout-out from yours truly. We're going to hit 60,000 subs today. This is a pretty big deal. I appreciate it, fam. What up, Polar Bear Man? Stack them stats. You got it. It crashed because it was less liquidity. My profits keep increasing. Woohoo! Let's go, Kishu. Much love, much respect. The EU would in favor of a kill switch on smart contracts. How would that affect Bitcoin? I don't know. Gamma squeeze turned to leverage, late longs getting wrecked. That's what you think was the crash. Word. Hit that like button. Thank you. That helps out tremendously. We're about to recapture 36.5 right now. Real time and in the flesh. If you got value out of today's show, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brian Stockstad. Appreciate the subscription. Thanks for subscribing, brother. Looking forward to see you on the shows in the future. Hello from Arab Emirates. Word up. Good to see you guys. When ETF in Dubai? Let me know. We're looking forward to it. Just subscribe. Thank you. Lynn Evans, appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing. We're going to hit 60,000 subs today. We're right on the cusp. What's going to have to the rest of the coins? If Bitcoin really goes crazy high prices, they're going to follow the growth or crash eventually. Talking about coins like Solana, Cardano, which are still up there. Word up. Thank you, Lynn Evans. Appreciate you subscribing. Who hits 1 million first, Bitcoin or JV subs? I hope Bitcoin for all of our sakes, because we can all get rich together. So priority goes to Bitcoin. My subs will follow the Bitcoin price action, absolutely. We were correlated at one time. How many of you remember that? Let me know. Thanks to all the new subs. Just sold my 300 something KM for Bitcoins. Word up, smart move. Can't go wrong with the king. You know what I mean? The law against smart contracts would barely affect Bitcoin. Bitcoin has smart contracts on it, but that's a small fraction of why people use it. Amen. New subscriber says Crypto Lane. Welcome. I love the channel, attitude, and info. How often, if ever, do you dive into smaller alts? Thanks for your time and work. We always focus on the king for obvious reasons, but we touch upon the alts every show. Typically, if there's major news on one of the top cryptos, we'll focus some energy on it, like Chainlink, Matic, etc. But no ish coins. I don't really focus on meme coins or anything that's going to bring attention to things that are going to get people wrecked. Life advice. You're not a trader. Don't use leverage, just dollar cost average. You know what I mean? And hodl. Amen. Well said, Chris. I love how we all support each other. It's a fam. That's right. Make sure you guys are plugged into our Discord. Incredible family community on there of fellow like-minded Bitcoiners. Thank you, Bobby, for subscribing. The link is in the description, or just go to discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. We also have a secondary channel I launched 2 months ago, and we're on the cusp of hitting 1,000 subs. We should hit 1,000 subs today. It's the Shorts channel for clips and shorts. Shout out to Dankness for producing all those clips. We're very proactive. To subscribe to that channel, it's clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. Please show your support. I appreciate it. Polar Bear Man says building support and pumping. That's what's up. Keep the pump going. Yo, bro, stacking as usual. Music to my ears, Stephen Palmer. Got to respect the pump, right? Crypto Lane, awesome. Thanks for the answer. My focus is on the king. It's great to see more of you out here. Amen. Good afternoon, Ronnie. What it do, Mr. Singh? Where you tuning in from, do let me know. And everyone, make sure to cast your vote in the live poll in the chat. We got 430 votes right now. We want to know when Bitcoin will smash 40,000. When is it most likely? Do let me know. Don't be a stranger. And just so you guys know, what I plan on doing moving forward, we do the live stream, right? It's typically on YouTube, roughly an hour, and we continue uncensored on Rumble, so the total stream is 90 minutes. But what I started doing is editing the live stream to content only. And on the video section of the channel, I'm uploading content only and basically editing out all the chat so that those of you who just want straight content and don't care about the live interaction, you guys can just watch straight content. Let me know if you guys like that. So typically the 1 hour show is edited into 20 to 30 minutes, pure content. So you'll notice there's a live link on the channel. That's where you'll catch these live streams. And then there's a videos link. So I'm planning on editing the lives that we do each and every day and uploading it to the video section of the channel, pure content. That way, everyone gets the best of both worlds. And then we have the uncensored on Rumble. If you're looking for uncensored Crypto News Alerts, uncensored JV, and JV React sessions, which we do each and every day, make sure you're following me on Rumble. We now have over 1,000 followers there, and we're just getting started. Thoughts on ordinals? I don't have any experience using them, but I think all the best. I think NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain are superior than NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. So why not? USA, Pennsylvania in the building, says Ronnie. That's what's up. We still got 500 people on the live. Gotta love it. What's up, Kishu? Arab Emirates here. Both are tops. Share it. Edited content to the family. Thank you, Will. Australia content is great. Amen. Shout out to my fam down under. That's awesome, JV. Thanks a ton for your editing out the chat parts. That's a lot of work, but I really appreciate the condensed format. I'm glad. Anything, you know what I mean, to help you guys. I want to serve you with what you want. Mathematics AML, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Also, if you didn't know, we're also on Spotify and iTunes. We have one of the top downloaded podcasts in the world, receiving hundreds of thousands of downloads per month. And pure content, of course, we cut out all the interaction and the live Q&A as well. So if you just want to listen to the audio, make sure to follow us on iTunes and Spotify. Those are two of the biggest platforms for the pod. I see a little snowfall. Oh, word. Enjoy the snow. And where's Ellen at? Speaking of snow, she said it was snowing the other day in New York. What up, dirty? Why you got to be so dirty? Fantastic idea. Thank you, Zero. We creeping again. That's right. 36.6 incoming. Send it. Now, typically, we would end the stream here on YouTube, but heck, because of the price action, I'll stick around a little longer. And we're still going to do our JV Uncensored Crypto News Alert session on Rumble when we complete here on YouTube. How many of you here are following me on Rumble? Let me know. Make sure you are, because it's censorship resistant and I can speak freely. I don't got to watch what I say. So it gives us more flexibility and it's a lot more fun, to be honest with you. That's why we do all the JV React sessions on Rumble, just FYI. I prepared some audios for you with some breaking news as well. We're going to react to live. You know what I mean? What do you think about ETH? Is it going to follow the growth of Bitcoin? Well, a rising tide rises all ships, clearly. So as long as Bitcoin's winning, the rest of the market will win. If Bitcoin loses, the whole freaking crypto sphere goes down like the Titanic. It's just the reality of it. I'm happy with your broadcast. I want to donate 1 Bitcoin to you. Good Lord. Don't make me cry. Joy. How many whole coiners in here? That's a good question. I lost all my whole coins in a boating accident many years ago. And then I was a victim of climate change. I lost everything. I now have nothing. It's a shame. But hey, what are you going to do? Life goes on. Bring facts. We got a lot of whole coiners. I'll leave it at that. We got OGs in here who have been here since 2013. Some of y'all got started 2011. You know what I mean? The golden years. Celsius Chapter 11 got confirmed. This will bring more confidence to Bitcoin. Word up, LHL. John CM. Donate 1 Bitcoin. So thankful. Yeah, that would be insane. Imagine $36,000 donation. There you go. Well, we have people like Max Kaiser, offering 10,000 Bitcoin to Alex Jones to answer 5 easy questions like how many Bitcoin could there ever be? Did Craig Wright invent Bitcoin? And Alex clearly knows nothing or is playing dumb. One of the two. How many of you watched that? Let me know. The recent Max Kaiser interview with Alex Jones, where he offered 10,000 Bitcoin to answer 5 simple questions. Lynn Evans got started in 2017. That's what's up. Polar Bear, 2017. Good to note. My dog ate my Bitcoin. It's a shame, but hey, that's what dogs do. Shout out to Andy. Hey, B Hodler, what up? What'd it do? I lost my computer. Well, that's what Alex Jones claims. Max Kaiser gave me 10,000 Bitcoin on a computer. I lost it. It's gone. It happens to the best of us. Thought it was global warming. Shh. One of the two. I selective memory. I kind of lost it in a boating accident, but it was kind of global warming. Victim of climate change. You know how it is. You don't lose your keys to crypto. You lose your keys to Lambo. I hodl 18 whole Bitcoin. That's massive, Charlie. And just note, you guys don't have to tell anyone how much Bitcoin you hold. I prefer you guys don't, but if you want to, you know what I mean? I respect your First Amendment right to do so. Just be careful out there. Trust nobody. Verify everything. Much love, much respect. There's not a lot of people that are able to say the same. Not a lot of people can say I'm a whole coiner. That's fact. Not many people have an extra 36 G's laying around. You know what I mean? 2016, Arthur got in. Word up. Great time. I definitely don't have any Bitcoins. That's facts. 1 Bitcoin, please, says Will. Shiba Inu. Man, you guys be ish-coining. Nice. Nice one, Charlie. You married? Lynn Evans. Yeah, epic times ahead. Let's see how high we pump this evening. We're still up over $800 on the day. 2%, not too shabby. Support Crypto News Alerts on Patreon. That's right. If you want to help support us on Patreon, you can find us at patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. Even if it's only $5 a month, it helps out. And there's a lot of incentives that you're going to get access to in the Discord for all Patreons. I appreciate everyone's support. Shout out to all our Patreons. I appreciate you. The top level is the Satoshi level. I'm a testnet Bitcoin millionaire. Congratulations, Andy. Well done. Pepe over Bitcoin. You lost your mind. He says, just kidding. Imagine that. All in on Pepe. How's the daylight been lately, JV? It gets dark here. Like, it's already getting dark. That's why the lighting is not so great. You can see I'm a little grainy. That's because the daylight's gone. It's cloudy, though. It's raining. By 6 o'clock, it's pitch dark. It's already getting dark. So in Puerto Rico, we don't change the clocks back. So I know right now, Eastern time in New York, it should be 4:02. It's 5:02 here in Puerto Rico. So it gets dark early. I'm only 20, says Game Dudes. God bless you, fam. I'm only at 0.14 Bitcoin. It's a great start. You got more than 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Keep going and never look back would be my advice to the young chaps in the building. You know what I mean? And if you're gaining value, yes, smash the like. It helps out tremendously, and I appreciate it. Happy 420, Japo. Gotta love it. Yeah, where are you guys all tuning in from? Let me know. I got scammed in Twitter by someone pretending to be Max Kaiser. Give me 0.5 Bitcoin and I'll give you. That's the oldest trick in the book. Please, any influencer, don't matter if it's JV, Crypto News Alerts, Max Kaiser, Michael Saylor, Larry frickin' Fink. Nobody is going to randomly hit you up legitimately and ask you to send them crypto, especially mofos worth billions of dollars. Guaranteed it's a scam. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I would never message anyone and ask them to send them Bitcoin. And that goes for every community. Never. There's a lot of imposters out there. You can't be too safe. You know what I mean? So be careful. Sorry I'm late. All good, Bitmat. Appreciate you tuning in. Will says, JV, staying in the future, no turning the clock back. There you go. 1.6 BTC, says Bitmat. Congratulations. Working your way towards that second whole coin. Well done. Tom's from the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. Beautiful place to be. Beautiful people. Ronell, appreciate you subscribing to the channel. We got to get to 60,000 subs. We got to make that a reality today. I demand it. Let's go. Charlie Hill, tuning in from England. Shout out to the UK. We got a big audience out there. Dirty is tuning in from Iowa. You got some good wrestlers out there, huh? What up, Phil C? Big UFC card this Saturday as well. Robert Daniel, over a half coin for me. Congratulations. You are the best there is, JV. I'm humbled. Thank you, Charlie Hill. Roger Veer gave me some Bitcoin. Word. That's awesome. You know Roger's got a lot of Bitcoin. He's the one who forked the network with Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash not looking so pretty though, right? Not looking so pretty. Bitcoin is the apex predator. Clearly, all altcoins go to zero eventually against the king. UK here too. Boz Dragon in the building. What up? Bernardo from Florida. What part of Florida? Before moving to Puerto Rico and relocating here, I lived in Clearwater near Tampa, maybe 15 minutes from the airport. Jersey Shore in the building on Matrix. Zero. That wasn't you I sent to Bitcoin too? What are some of the best DEXs you recommend from Canada here? I cannot use Binance to trade anymore. That's a shame. What are the top DEXs? I know Digital Dankness would know the answer to that, so you've done some videos on it. Maybe first one that comes to mind, there's Sushi Swap. Is 1inch one as well? I don't even remember. You guys probably know. Let me know in the chat. I know there's quite a few DEXs out there to choose from. They just slipped my mind. JV is the man, dedicated to giving the facts and no BS. Thank you, Dankness. What's your top recommended DEXs for the audience here today, Dankness? Which are the top ones out there you would recommend? Decentralized exchanges. For those that can't use the centralized exchange, or maybe they want more privacy, no KYC. Went to high school out there. Now I'm in the NCFL. Oh, word? Is that like the NFL? I'm not familiar with NCFL, but it sounds dope. Kraken is one. Thank you, Digital. But Kraken's not decentralized, is it? Do they have a DEX? My first impersonator attack was a Max Kaiser impersonator, says Cryptolution. Yeah, there's dozens of them. I know because they like my ish every day on X. You know what I mean? The real Max Kaiser retweets my stuff, but every once in a while I see an impersonator. I'm like, Sushi Swap. Heck yeah, says Polar Bearman. It's hard work around all day with a hot leg in your pants. What? Pretty big pump and dump today. Do you know why? Yeah, we know why. All this excitement with the ETFs, all the rumors, right? I think Bitcoin would have kept pumping. However, Ethereum news was launched by BlackRock submitting an application for an ETF. It kind of killed the pump. And then Ethereum took some of the market share. It jumped from 16.6 market dominance to now back in the 17 percentile range, taking some of the market cap away from Bitcoin. Yeah, there we go. Dankness says Kraken, Pancake, Sushi Swap, and there are many more. Kraken is DeFi. Oh, good to note. That's what's up. So they have very good, I should say, low fees. So check it out. Johnny Bravo, JV, you heard of the Venus project? It's in Venus, Fluoride, which is close to Tampa, I believe. I've recommended everyone look at it. I've heard of the name. I've never visited them, but anyone bringing awareness to fluoride, I'm all for it. I've been trying to bring awareness to the, you know what I mean, the effects of fluoride in our drinking water and on our toothpaste, and for a very long time. It basically calcifies the pineal gland, which is your third eye. I created a video on this 15 years ago on YouTube, got millions of views. So if you want to open your third eye, you need to, and decalcify your pineal gland, you want to stop taking fluoride. Don't ever get tricked into it. And I'll leave it at that because this is a subject I can't talk too much about on YouTube because it's censored, but we can talk more freely about this over on Rumble when the stream ends on YouTube. North Central Florida in the building. Boz says, thanks for that, JV. I only just tuned in. You're very welcome. I appreciate you. Like sushi, DEXs are good for your health. I have 28 Bitcoin, just an average American. God, word up, Ronnie. Congratulations, fam. Well done. And we're still pumping. It looks like we're about to test 36.7. See if we can break above. Let's go. What up, Bart? What it do? Johnny Bravo from Florida as well. What part of Florida? We got our mascot back in the building in the BG. No fluoride. Now I have a fourth eye. Word up, Bitmat. And there's also supplements you can take to decalcify the pineal gland as well. That acts as rocket fuel. So you can tap into intelligent infinity, speak to God. You know what I mean? I truly do believe we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Something the powers that be don't want us to know about, hence why they teach us. We come from monkeys in the school system, in which the curriculum was created by the Rockefeller Foundation, which we cannot trust, fam. You already know. I flipped 1.5 to 45 Bitcoin on BitMEX in 2018. Well, God bless you. That's what's up. Shout out to Arthur Hayes, co-founder of BitMEX. 28 Bitcoin. Well, heck, you're good. I miss BitMEX. That's right. I think the SEC targeted them and they wanted to prop up FTX as the derivatives exchange to take over them. And hence what they did, only obviously FTX was a fraudulent scam, right? I will eventually get to the top 6 DEXs. I haven't finished my research, so I won't go too far into it. Word up, Dankness. Thanks for keeping us up to date. You just need Jesus to talk to God. That's true. Anyone can talk to God. I'm just saying. There's levels to this ish, man. What do you think about Bitcoin going 12 hours? What do you mean? Where Bitcoin will go in 12 hours? That's a good question. In the hearts of all of us. It was love at first sight. Yeah. The Venus project's in Tampa. That's what's up. Appreciate that, Johnny. Let me know. Yeah. Anyways, fam, we're going to continue pumping, I think, but we're going to continue with uncensored crypto news alerts on Rumble. I strongly advise and encourage all of you to head on over to Rumble and follow crypto news alerts for the live stream. If you didn't know, we stream simultaneously at the same time. So when I stream here on YouTube, I'm also on Rumble. And when I'm on Rumble, I'm also on YouTube. Same time, simultaneous stream, thanks to Streamlabs making it possible. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue with uncensored crypto news alerts over on Rumble. I'm going to do a live JV React session and we can speak more. I appreciate everyone tuning in on YouTube. Let's get to 60,000 subs. Don't forget to cast your vote if you haven't in that live chat. Looks like we're going to continue to pump. Here's my promise to you. If we can break above $38,000 this evening, we'll do another live pump watch party. How does that sound? Let me know. I appreciate you, Brandon. Thanks, Moon. Appreciate you tuning in. 40,000 income and send it. Don't forget, head on over to Rumble and we shall continue. Thank you, Pike County 601. I appreciate all the subs and I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the likes. And now we're going to continue on over on Rumble. Deuces, YouTube, I'm out. All right, we just finished the stream over on Rumble. We shall continue.